see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Well, Lum and Abner's new business, the Lonesome Heart Matrimonial Bureau, seems to have gotten off to a flying start, as the old fellows have already received numerous letters from prospective customers. While writing newspaper advertisements telling of the advantages of married life, Lum, who has remained a bachelor all these years, has become interested in matrimony and is now sending out pictures of himself to members of the fairer sex who have written in. As we look in on the little community today, we find Grandpappy Spears over at the Jot 'em Down store talking with Abner. Listen.
Well, you're just wasting your time, Grandpap. I told you I don't want no photographs took.
Yeah, well, how about a nice family group of you and Elizabeth and Pearl then?
Well, we've got one of all three of us. You saw it. Sits right there on the mantelpiece in the sitting room.
Oh, that thing. Well, Pearl was just a baby whenever that was took.
Well, yes, but it's us anyway. We look a heap better than we do now anyway. Yonder comes Lum and Dick Huddleston. Talk to them about it. Now, Lum might be interested. He's sending out a lot of pictures of himself to these women folks that writes into our matrimonial bureaus.
Oh, what's he doing sending his own picture out? I thought you fellas was trying to find husbands for the women that writes in.
Yeah, well, Lum's wanting to get married. And besides, there ain't many men writing in. Most of them's all women folks.
Why, Lum wouldn't get married if he'd find somebody that'd take him.
Well, he says he's going to if he can find somebody that suits him.
Man, I do know.
Oh, yeah, he got to writing them advertisements for the matrimonial bureau. Made it sound so nice, he sold himself on the idea.
Well, I'm proud to hear it.
Yeah.
And I never could understand what he wanted to live over there by himself, doing his own work for her, no way.
Oh, no. Well, we ought to encourage it all we can, Grandpa. Don't let him back out of this thing this time. Well, come in, fellas.
You got some more meal, Abner.
Well, good.
Yeah,
good.
howdy, Richard.
Well, hello, Grandpap. How are you?
Yeah, howdy, Grandpap. I never seen you sitting there. Coming out of that sun, it looks pitch dark in here. Yeah. Oh, me. Sit down, Dick, sit down.
Yeah, thanks, Lum. Thank you. Well,
I don't know what's wrong with me today. Don't want to do nothing but sit, looks like. I noticed you coming up there just now, dragging along there like you just could make it.
Well, I've been so drowsy all day, I just couldn't hardly keep my eyes open.
Me too. Granny, I could stretch from here to Old Piney Mountain if it weren't so far back.
You fellas just got the spring fever. That's what's the matter with you.
Yeah, that's just what the trouble is. Been bothered with it myself. Charity always starts dosing me with sulfur and molasses along this time of year. Seems to appear to me about as good as anything. Yeah, that's good, all right. Any kind of a good blood tonic.
Yeah, sassafras tea is a good thing for a feller's blood, too, thin it down with.
Oh, yeah, I love that stuff. And I think I'll get Cedric to dig me up some sassafras roots. That's just what I need. Well, of course, the best thing, if a feller can get to it, find a good spring of sulfur water.
Yeah.
Drink that stuff for a while. It'll put the iron in you. Years ago, I used to drive over to Abernathy Spring and just load a whole barrel of that water on the wagon and bring it home.
Yeah, well, there's a sulfur spring over there by Crystal Hill Schoolhouse, too. Just a good mind to go over and get some of that.
Well, I don't know. I never have found anything that'll help the spring fever a whole lot. In fact, I don't want to find anything. I kind of enjoy it. Just nothing in the world but an excuse for laziness.
But I'd write it down. That's about what it is.
Well, sure.
Yeah, there's half a dozen letters there now to the matrimonial bureau that ought to be answered, but I just ain't got to get up to sit down and do it.
No.
That's sort of what I want to talk to you about, too. I'm wondering if I couldn't make some photographs for you. Photographs? Yeah, I'm opening up a kind of a photograph gallery over there at the place. Got that Camry my boy sent me for Christmas, and I figured I might as well be making a little something out of it, though. I'm taking some of Richard here day before yesterday.
Yeah, how'd those come out anyway, Grandpap?
Well, I don't know yet, Richard. Ain't got them printed.
Yeah, no.
But I know they'll be good. I've took them before with that Camry. It does good work.
Oh.
Well, I don't know, Grandpap, what I'd need with them. Well, Abner's telling me you're sending out a bunch of your pictures to these women folks that writes into the matrimonial bureau.
Well, what are you doing sending out your picture, Lum?
Why, he's looking for a wife.
Abner, will you shut up?
Oh.
Blab everything you know. I ain't looking for no wife. I'm just sending them out because we ain't got no others to send out.
Well, yeah, but you said if you could find the right one that you'd get hitched.
Well, that's fine, Lum. I'm glad to hear it.
Well, I ain't decided for sure. Well, I think it's a good idea, Lum. It's what you ordered did years ago.
Oh, yeah, that's the only life, Lum. Why, you're missing the greatest things in life. A home and a family and all.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to tell him. There ain't nothing finer than a good, understanding woman. A wife for a feller. Every man ought to be head of a home.
Well, I don't know. I sort of get juberous every time I get to thinking about it. Lived by myself so long now and done as I please, I just don't know hardly. Well, you can still do as you please. A man's always head of the house.
Why, yeah, I wouldn't worry about that part of it, Lum. That's the reason I can sit over here and loaf with you fellas, and the wife looks after the store over there for me.
Yeah, I ain't never had no trouble that way. They ain't hard to get along with if you know how to handle them.
Just don't never let her get the upper hand. You'll be all right.
Yes, sir, it's the only life. And then, Lum, why, you have some incentive to work.
There comes Cedric Lehunt. I think he's aiming on getting spliced. Aiming on marrying Ezra Seastrunk's daughter, I heard.
Well, it'd be the finest thing in the world for Cedric. Clarabelle's a mighty nice girl.
Oh, yes, she is.
Yeah, come in, Cedric.
Yeah, howdy, Cedric.
Oh, howdy. You fellas ain't so... Oh, howdy, Mr. Dick. I've been looking all over town for you.
Looking for me?
Yes, Mom, your woman's mad enough to bite. Says if you don't get back down to the store there, she's going to lock it up and leave it.
Well, she's just joking, Cedric.
No, she weren't neither. Never seen her so mad. Said she told you to be back there in 30 minutes, and you've been gone nearly an hour.
Well, I didn't think... Of course, she's just joking, fellas, but I expect I had better mosey on over there and help her.
Yeah, all right, Dick.
Yeah, come back again if you can.
Yeah, so long, Richard. Oh, he's gone.
You better not go over there thinking she's joking, though. He's liable to get hurt.
Yeah, he knows it. He ain't moseying along either. You might line a trot right now. She cured that spring fever of his.
Yeah, he just lets that woman of his boss him too much. If that had been me, I'd have just sit right here the rest of the afternoon just to spite her.
Me too, Grandpap, me too. He just don't know how to handle her, that's all.
Now, what'd you say here about you and Clarabelle going to get married, Cedric?
Mom? Oh, yes, I guess so when I say $25.
Well, that's mighty fine, too, Cedric.
Yeah, Lum's going to get married, you know.
Well, who to?
Well, he don't know yet. He just sent his picture out to some of these women that write.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you fellers. I never wanted to tell you while Dick was here, but I think I've done got her picked out.
You have?
Yeah, there was a letter come in here this morning, Abner. I never showed you. It's from a lady in Texarkana.
Well?
I got her picture over at the house. Done wrote her and told her she suited me all right. If I suited her, we'd just get married.
You did? Well, good for you. Good for you, Lum. I'm proud to hear.
What kind of a looking woman is she, Lum? Oh, she's beautiful. Ain't never been married and said you just never found a man she thought she could get along
Now, wait a
with.
minute, Lum. That's our ring, I believe.
Yeah, go ahead and answer.
Yeah.
So you done wrote her and asked her, huh? Yeah, I can't hardly wait to get another hearing.
Hey, wait a minute, feller. Jot him down, store. Mom? Oh, yes, Mom, he's here. Here, Grandpap, it's your woman for him.
Oh, yeah. Reckon what she's wanting.
I don't know. Here.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's give her.
Hello? Mom? Nothing, just sitting here talking to Abner and Mom. Well, I ain't loafing. I was talking business with them. Yes, I was, too. Mom? Well, I never meant to contradict you, but Uh-huh. Yes, well, I worked the garden Saturday, though. No, it won't hurt it none, but... Yes, sir. All right, Charity, I'll be right on over. I will right this minute. All right. Goodbye. Well, I got to run along, feller. Somebody over the place there wants to see me on business. I'll see you later.
Hey, all right, Grandpap.
Reckon who's wanting to see him?
Well, from the sound of things, his woman's who it is. Want him to work the garden.
I thought the women folks are supposed to look after the garden.
Well, they generally do, but I think Grandpap's just letting his woman run over him.
Yeah, just noticing that.
Well, here, tell me more about that woman down in Texarkana, the one you said you mailed a letter to a while ago.
Well, I just got the letter this morning, and she's awful nice-looking woman, all right. Of course, feller can't tell hardly till I believe there's our ring.
Oh, yeah, I'll get it. Hello, John down store. Mom? I ain't been talking on the phone. Oh, yeah, well, here, that was Grandpappy Spears. He was talking. Well, I'm sorry. What was it you was wanting? All right, is that all? Just a can of baking powder? All right, I'll bring them. And I was just wondering if we couldn't have supper a little early, for I'm going to lodge tonight.
How old's this woman, Mr. Lum, you're going to marry?
I did. I just now said
Be
it.
quiet, Cedric. I want to hear what came.
Why not? Well, I'm a officer. I got to be there. Well, I won't stay so late this time. Yes, Mom, I know you did, but I never knowed you meant I never could go back again. Well, please, Elizabeth, I promise I'll get... I ain't arguing. Yes, Mom. Well, the boys is going to think I ain't taking no interest. Yes, Mom. All right, I'll stay home. Well, I said I'd stay. Yes, Mom. Just a minute, Elizabeth. Wait a minute, Lum. Where are you going?
I'll be back directly.
Well, now, don't you run off again.
I won't be gone but a minute. I want to run over to the post office and get a letter I mailed before it's too late.
Evidently, Lum feels a bachelor's life might not be so bad after all. The makers of Postum, the favorite mealtime drink in 3 million American homes, present your favorite radio friends, Lum and Abner. Did you know that a manicurist is often a bit of a nerve specialist, too? Well, just listen to one and see if I'm not right.
Some of my customers have very nice nails, and of course it's my job to keep them that way. But more than once I've noticed that a customer whose nails have been all right suddenly takes to biting them. Then I know that something's wrong. They're all on edge, can't sit still. They seem nervous and jittery.
Yes, and so often those people go on becoming more nervous and jittery without ever stopping to think that coffee may be what's causing it. For while it's true that many people can drink coffee without becoming nervous and upset, it's just as true that many others should leave it severely alone. So if you suspect that coffee disagrees with you, by all means, switch to Postum. Because in Postum, there is no caffeine or any other stimulant that can possibly jangle your nerves. Postum is a grand, tempting, flavorful beverage, easy to make and very inexpensive, too. For it costs less than half a cent a cup. And once you've tried a cup, steaming and delicious, you'll see that it's not a bit hard to give up coffee after all. Drink Postum regularly. And if coffee upsets you, see if you don't feel less tense and nervous. And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Lum and Abner's matrimonial bureau seems to be running into unexpected difficulties. They are getting plenty of correspondence from prospective customers for their new business, but practically all of the letters are from women, and they don't have any pictures of men to send out in answer to the letters. So far, they've sent out only pictures of Lum, and now even he has decided that he's not interested in matrimony. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner alone at the Jot 'em Down store. Lum is just entering. Listen.
Come in. Oh, Ed, you back from the county seat already?
Yeah, I catched a ride with Bob Medford. He was in town doing some trading, so I never had to wait for the mail hack.
Well, who all did you see in town?
Oh, not much of nobody. I never went no place except up to the printing office and then down to George Petty's store. That's where I run into Bob.
Uh-huh. Did you get them whatever you call them, blanks?
Yeah, let me show them to you here. It's going to be the handiest things at all.
Here, huh?
Especially after the matrimonial bureau business picks up.
Uh-huh.
Save all that letter writing we've been having to do. Yeah, there. How does that look?
Well, doggies. Them's kind of fancy, ain't they? Looks like them are stock certificates.
Oh, yeah, they want to make them sit up and take notice.
Well, huh?
See there, you put the name and address, and then the description's all down here. Age and weight and color of eyes and color of hair and height and property. And
well, I thought we was going to send them all a picture so they can tell what they look like.
Well, we do. Take some of them paper clips and put the picture right on the description here.
Oh.
All the women that writes in looking for a husband, we send them pictures and descriptions of all the men that we got that's looking for wives and vice versa.
Who?
Vice versa. Means the other way around.
Other way around what?
We send all the men pictures of the women and all the women pictures of the men. That's what vice versa means.
Well, I do know. Yeah, that's a quick way of saying it, all right. What kind of language is that, Lum?
Well, it's American. See that wrote in books and stories and newspapers, just like, and so forth. Vice versa.
Yeah, sounds like Choctaw. Vice versa. Always, I want to recollect that.
Any mail this morning?
No, but I see Cedric coming yonder. I sent him over after it a while ago. Afternoon mail ought to be in a little while now.
I hope we get some letters from me, and we can't match up no couples just sending out pictures of me.
Oh, no, you can't tell, Lum. Some woman might see that picture of you and fall in love with you. Some folks has funny taste.
Well, I don't mean that. There'll be plenty of them wanting to marry me, all right, but I don't want to get married. I just sent them pictures out of me because we never had none of nobody else.
Yeah, I know it. Sure, I know why you done it.
And that don't look right, just having one picture in each letter.
Don't, huh?
I ought to have at least 3 or 4 send out so they'll have a selection to choose from.
Yeah.
These women folks that's been writing in is going to think this is an awful 2x4 outfit here.
Was there any mail, Cedric?
Yes, Mom. 3 letters and a newspaper.
Well, good.
Oh, howdy, Mr. Lum.
How are you, Cedric?
Oh, all right, I reckon. Hadn't thought much about it.
Here, Lum, you can open some of these, too.
Yeah. Granny, that looks like a woman's handwriting, too.
Yeah, so does this one from Little Rock, Arkansas. This one's from.
Looky there. These is all from women, sure as the world. Granny, ain't there no men folks looking for wives no more? We're going to lose what customers we got if we don't get out here and get some pictures of men to send out.
Yeah. I am 36 years of age. Let me see that picture. This is the letter I'm reading here. See that picture? Sassy Flash. Sassy Flash. She'll never see 46 again, that woman.
Cedric, have you got any pictures of yourself over at the place?
Yes, Mom. Got a lot of them.
Well, I was just wondering.
Well, here, Lum, if you ain't going to read them, let me have them here.
Yeah.
See if
the reason I asked, Cedric, we've got to get some pictures of men to send out to some of these women that's writing in.
You mean women that's looking for husbands?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm going to marry Clarabelle Seastrunks when I get enough money saved up. Then got my mind made up. Got her mind made up, too, I think.
Oh, well, you don't have to marry none of them. You might get some letters from some of them, but that don't mean you have to. What's so funny?
If this ain't a good one on you, Lum.
On me?
Yeah, it's from that woman in Springfield, Missouri. We sent that picture of you to.
Well, what's the matter? She wanting to marry me right off? Oh, me, I know that picture get 'em. It was took 10 years ago. Let me see the letter.
Yeah, you read it there. Maybe I sort of got mixed up on it there.
Yeah. Lonesome Heart Matrimonial Bureau. Pine Ridge. Gentlemen.
Well.
Where did you get it, and what was that a picture of you sent me? What's that? I don't care if he is a millionaire and drives a big car. If that is the best your bureau has to offer, please don't bother to send me any more pictures. Yours truly, Paula Reimer. Such a name.
I wonder where she got the idea that you was a millionaire.
Well, we've got to make these letters sound as good as we can, Abner. But I don't think nothing would sound good to her. There's a smart aleck if ever I seen one. Or heard from one.
Well, she writes an awful pretty hand, I'll say that for her.
I don't see nothing pretty about it. I bet she ain't got sense enough to get in out of the rain, that woman.
Well, how do you know so much about her, Lum? You ain't never even seen the woman.
I don't have to see her. I can tell from that letter. Where did you get it, and what was that a picture?
Huh?
Nothing. I just... nothing.
Well, I expect maybe I better be getting on over to the blacksmith shop, Mr. Lum.
Yeah, well, much obliged to you for getting the mail for me, Cedric, and help yourself to a piece of candy on your way out there if you care for it.
Cedric, bring some of them pictures of yourself over here and we'll buy them off of you.
Well, all right, I will if Mama will let me have them. She might not want to part with them on account of they're the only baby pictures she's got of me.
Baby pictures?
Well, here, Cedric, we don't want no baby pictures to send out. These women is looking for husbands, not somebody to adopt.
Oh, no, we don't want them, Cedric.
And another thing, Cedric, don't go around telling anything you heard over here.
Well, what I heard?
Yeah, like that letter from that woman in Missouri. Don't go telling that around.
Well, I don't understand what she's talking about. No way, I couldn't.
Well, that's good. You're a smart boy. Help yourself to the candy. Take 2 pieces.
Well, here, I never did read that other letter. Let me read that thing here and see what's going on.
Wait a minute, Cedric. I'll walk over to the blacksmith shop with you. I want to see Caleb about sharpening some blouse for me, Abner. Won't be gone long.
Yeah, sure.
You can go ahead and answer them letters. Better get them ready so the afternoon mail carrier can pick them up, too.
Yeah, well, I see Grandpap coming in there. I'll get him to help me.
Oh, yeah. Howdy, Grandpap. Yeah, howdy, Lum. Where about your dad? He's back there. I want you to help him write some letters, I think. Come on, Cedric.
Come on back, Grandpap. I got a job for you here.
I can't stay long, Abner. I just brung over some pictures to show you what kind of work I'm doing.
Oh, some photographs, huh?
Yeah. Catched a bunch of the boys down to the barber shop the other day and taken them of them. Let's see. You should have seen them.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, if you like them, I want to see about making a deal with you to take some family groups for you. There's one of Moe's moose.
Well, that looks just like him.
It ought to. It's a picture of him.
Yeah, sure. Well, nothing.
Yeah, made him a dozen up for him.
Well?
And got a dozen of him and a dozen of Dick Huddleston and a dozen of Ezra Seastrunks here.
Well, wait a minute now. How much do you charge for them things, Grandpa?
Oh, I'll make a dozen of them for you for $3, Abner. That's might nigh cost, too.
Oh, well, I don't want no pictures of myself, but what do you take for these here pictures here of Moles and Dick and Ezra you got here?
Oh, well, they're for them, Abner. I figured I could sell them to their wives.
Well, you can make some more up, can't you?
Well, yes, I reckon so. Yeah. Why, $3 a dozen, same price.
Well, I don't guess I'll take them. Yeah, now we'll have something to send out for them there vice versa that we got.
Them what, Abner?
Vice versa, don't you know what that means?
Well, I thought I did.
Well, that's a short way of sending pictures to men and men's pictures to women. That's what that means. Swan, you're the backwoodsest somebody I ever seen, Grandpa. No, sir, old Lum was just worried to death because we never had no pictures or no men to send out. He'll be tickled to death when he hears about this.
He will, huh?
Here, come on, help me, Grandpa. I want to send a picture and a description of all 3 of these fellers to every woman customer on our list.
I still don't know what you're doing.
Well, here now, you don't have to know. You just sort out the pictures there now. Put one each there and in different stacks while I fill out these descriptions. I Douglas, I'll show Lum he ain't the only one around here's got brains. They're wanting pictures of men folks, and I Douglas they're going to get them.
And without their knowledge, 3 of Pine Ridge's most substantial citizens become clients of the Lonesome Heart Matrimonial Bureau.
The makers of Postum, the favorite mealtime drink in 3 million American homes, present your favorite radio friend, Lum and Abner. It's springtime, so the world should look green to you. But maybe it's the wrong kind of green. Maybe it's tinged with blue, for that's the way everything looks when you're bothered by indigestion. And if you're cross, irritable, hard to get along with because of indigestion, just remember that it might be due to the coffee you drink. For while many people can drink coffee without ill effects, many others should never touch it. So if you suspect that coffee upsets your digestion, you certainly should try Postum. You should try it because Postum has no caffeine or any other stimulant that could possibly upset your digestion. And because a steaming, delicious cup is as tempting and satisfying a drink as anyone could ask for. Postum's rich, dark color when served without cream and its golden brown color with cream invite drinking. And once you taste its distinctive, mellow flavor, you won't find it a bit hard to forget all about coffee. So give Postum a chance. If you think coffee gives you indigestion, drink it at meals and see if you don't feel better. And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. So far, practically all of the letters received by Lum and Abner's matrimonial bureau have been from women, and the old fellows have had no pictures of men to send out. Fearing that the clients would soon lose interest unless they received some pictures from which to select a husband, Abner conceived the idea of having Grandpappy Spears take photographs of some of the local citizens of Pine Ridge, which he's been sending out without their knowledge. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner and Grandpappy Spears over at the Jot 'em Down store discussing the matter. Listen.
Yeah, I'm glad you come over, Grandpap, for I'm needing some more of them pictures to send out.
Well, have you sent out all them other ones out already?
Yeah, sent the last ones out this afternoon. Better give me about, a dozen of Dick Huddleston and a dozen of Mose Moots and, about a half a dozen of Ezra, I guess. He don't look so good.
Well, now, it ain't none of my business, Abner. I'm glad to sell the pictures to you, understand, but don't you think you ought to tell them fellers what you're doing?
Oh, no, couldn't do that, Grandpap, no.
Well, now, they might not like it, you sending their pictures around over the country to all these women that's writing into the matrimonial bureau looking for husbands.
Well, no, they might not if they knowed about it, but, well, it ain't gonna hurt nothing. We gotta do something to get out there and get them pictures out, or our matrimonial business is gonna be gone.
Well, ain't you got no men customers in yet?
Well, yeah, a few along. Got letters from a couple yesterday. They're picking up all right, but we've just got to have something to sort of tide us over for a few days.
Well, of course, like I say, it ain't none of my business, just so I sell the pictures.
No, well, Dick and Mose is pretty nice-looking fellers. They'll make these women folks sit up and take notice when they see their pictures.
Yeah, but they're both done married, though, Abner.
Well, they don't have to marry them. It'll keep our women customers interested till we can get in some decent-looking pictures. Some of these fellers that's rid in so far is the homeless-looking men I ever seen in my life.
Here, huh?
Oh, my. Yeah. Well, here, just let me show you one that we got in the mail this morning. Where is that thing now? I laid it right here on this desk. Oh, here it is. Put it in under these papers here. Scares me every time I look at it. Here.
For the land's sakes. Well, that fella surely don't expect to get some woman to fall in love with him sending out such as that.
Yeah, I reckon he did. But I ain't going to send it out. I'd drive off every customer we've got.
Oh, my, yes. How many did he send in for the land's sakes?
Well, there's a half a dozen of them here. I thought I might keep them and send them out for comic Valentines next year.
Yeah, that ought to be good. Yeah. Look at them eyes. Looks like somebody just hit him on top of the head real hard with a hammer, the way they're bugged out there.
Well, you ain't saw nothing yet. Here's another. I just noticed it here a while ago. Lum must have opened the letter. Yeah, here it is. Just look at that.
Oh, for the land's sake. Is that fella wanting to get married?
I guess so. I ain't saw the letter. I don't know what his name is yet. Waiting to see Lum find out who it is so I can fill in one of them descriptions for our files. I know I ain't going to send nothing like that out.
Well, I don't blame you for sending out them pictures of Dick and Mose if this is the kind of stuff you've been getting in.
Why, sure, we had to. Just look at that. Look at them ears.
Yeah,
good strong wind come along, lift him right off his feet.
Oh, yeah. That'd make a good comic Valentine.
Yeah, I'll just keep it. Send it out to somebody next year and say, this is how you look.
Yeah, well, you better be sure and send it to somebody who can take a joke, though.
Yeah, I'll pick the right one. Well, sir, you know, that's a right young-looking feller, too.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see how he could get so ugly in that length of time. Don't look to be over 30-year-old.
Well, you can tell by looking at him that feller ain't right bright, though, Abner. Look at that stare in his eyes there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's text. There ain't no doubt about that. Of course, he can't help being so ugly, I don't reckon.
No.
But he don't have to go around having pictures made of himself to remind him of it.
Listen, he was selling them to somebody to haunt houses with or something.
Well, of course, it might just be a joke. I don't think nobody shore'd send that in serious.
And you can't tell, Abner. Maybe that's the only way he figures he can find a wife is through a matrimonial bureau this way. I feel kind of sorrowful for him. Can't tell. The picture might look better than he does, even.
No, it couldn't, Grandpap. It couldn't. And I don't feel sorrowful for him. It's his poor Mommy and Poppy I'm thinking about. Just think, what if you had to pine at something like that and say, that's my youngin'?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right, ain't it?
Yeah, we got a lot to be thankful for, Grandpa.
Yes, we have.
Well, there comes Lum now. He went over after mail.
Oh.
Hope we got some more applications in. Don't mention nothing to him about me sending out them pictures of Dick and them fellers.
Don't he know it?
No, I'm keeping it for a surprise for him.
Surprise?
Yes, it was my idea to start with, and I just want to show him that I know something about running these matrimonial bureaus myself. So now, when you bring them pictures over from here on, why, be sure he ain't here when you give them to me.
Oh, yeah. So, no, I won't say nothing to him.
And he'll more likely try to claim that it was his idea when he sees what a success it is.
Yeah, howdy, Lum.
Come in, Lum. Come in.
Gentlemen.
Did you get any mail?
Yeah, got 5 letters.
Well,
But just one of them's from a man.
for the land's sake.
Grannies, I don't know what we're going to do. Just looks like there ain't no men wanting to get married no more.
No.
First thing you know, we're going to lose what women customers we've got. No pictures to send them.
Oh, well, now, I wouldn't worry about it, Lum. Everything will turn out all right now.
Yeah, that's what you've been saying for the last few days now. Well, I am worried about it, though. This is about 28 women customers we've got, and that's $25 apiece if we can just find them a husband. Or at least keep them interested till we can.
Well, I wouldn't worry about that now. What kind of a looking fella is this one we just got?
Oh, about the same as them others.
Yes, huh?
Yeah, looks like we ain't getting nothing but culls. Now, Abner was showing me them others, Lum. I never seen such a ornery-looking bunch of fellers in my life.
Oh, that just reminds me, like, where in the world where did this thing come from here?
What?
This picture here. Me and Grandpap been sitting here laughing at that thing for 30 minutes.
Yes, Lum, there's the ugliest critter I ever seen in my life, I do believe.
If we find a wife for that fella, we ought to charge him double price.
Let me see it. Hand it here.
I never could find a letter for it. It's just laying there on the desk.
Well, don't you know who this is?
No, sir. No, sirree. I've saw sideshows and zoos and everything else, but I never seen nothing like that.
Granny, you don't know your own picture when you see it.
Huh?
This is a picture of you.
Oh. No, sure enough. Where did it come from, Lum?
That's what it is. It's a picture of you. I brung it over to show it to you. I run on into it last night looking through that old photograph album over there at the place.
Oh, well, you just got that mixed up, Lum. I know good and well it weren't me.
No, it's him, all right. I recollect when it was took.
It ain't no such a thing now. Don't be starting no such reports in there.
It was, Abner. It took years ago, directly after you all moved here to Pine Ridge.
Weren't done it.
Took them over there to 4th of July celebration at Crystal Hill Schoolhouse.
Never done no such a thing.
You did, Abner. There's another picture over there of you and Elizabeth together, and you've got on the same suit. I recollect when it was
No,
made.
sir. No, give me that picture, Grandpa, and cut out that snicker, too.
I never said nothing.
No, but... I don't believe that is me, too. Boy, I grow this set of whiskers. Huh. Yeah. Hey, doggies. I'm a pretty good-looking young fella, weren't I? Yes, sir, I recollect the day that was took. Yeah. Wait a minute. Whereabouts you think you're sneaking off to, Grandpa?
No place, Abner. I just thought I'd mosey on over to the barber shop and see what was going on.
Well, now, listen here, Grandpappy Spears. Don't you get down there and start telling a bunch of stuff that ain't so.
I ain't going to say nothing there. I'll bring them, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I'll bring them over tomorrow.
All right, Grandpap.
So long.
All right, goodbye. Damn it. Just tear that thing up before somebody else sees it. That's what I'll do.
Well, I expect we better get them letters wrote. You ain't answered them that come in yesterday yet, have you?
Oh, yeah. They've all been took care of. I answered them yesterday evening.
Oh, well, good. Good for you. Been sort of dreading it.
Yeah, I'm sending out pictures fast as the letters come in.
Yeah, that's the time. See, quick as the women and the men gets to writing to one another, they'll start falling in love with one another, and then
that's our ring, Lum.
Yeah, sit still. I'll get it.
Yeah. That blame photographer. You want to...
Hello?
That's the trouble.
Got him down. Oh, howdy, Dick.
Not my fault.
Yeah, I reckon I can. Why? Well, is anything wrong?
Maybe I just made a face to be comical that way.
No, I don't. I ain't got the least idea. Yeah, well, I'll come right over. All right, Dick. Goodbye. I got to run over to Dick's store a minute, Abner. He's all excited about something. Sounds like he's mad enough to buy it.
Well, I do know.
You don't know nothing he could be mad about, do you?
Why, no, I ain't got the least idea.
Well, I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, all right. Yes, it could be. Oh, my goodness.
And we wonder if it could be that Dick has already heard from one of his pictures. The makers of Postum, the favorite mealtime drink in 3 million American homes, present your favorite radio friends, Lum and Abner. When a man is driving along the open road at only 25 miles an hour and his wife says,
John, will you please stop driving so fast?
or when he's standing on a chair at home hanging a picture and she says,
Be careful, John. I know you're going to fall.
well, it's time someone in the family asked, why all the nervousness? Perhaps that question can be answered in one word: coffee. And the problem solved in one word: Postum. You see, while many people can drink coffee without becoming nervous and upset, many others cannot. So if you think coffee is making you jittery and tense, switch to Postum right away, for Postum contains no caffeine or any other stimulant that could possibly set your nerves on edge. It's made of whole wheat and bran, skillfully roasted and slightly sweetened. You'll love Postum. It has such a distinctive, mellow flavor and tempting aroma. And Postum is a drink you can easily afford, since it costs less than half a cent a cup. Better give Postum a try. If coffee makes you nervous, drink Postum at meals instead and see if you don't feel less tense and strained. And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Practically all of the clients of the Lonesome Heart Matrimonial Bureau so far have been women, and the old fellows have had no pictures of men to send out in answer to their letters. Last week, Abner conceived the idea of buying pictures of several of the prominent men in Pine Ridge from Grandpappy, who's opened a small photography business, and sending the pictures out to the different women who've written in. These men are just beginning to receive answers to the letters, and are at a loss to know where these women obtain their names and addresses. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner seated on the front porch of the Jot 'em Down store. Lum is just approaching. Listen.
Well, it's about time you was getting back, Lum. You know how long you taken off for noon?
Yeah, it's gone a little longer than I aimed to, Abner. Have you been busy?
Well, no, but I just wondered what happened to you. Been gone for over 2 hours.
Yeah, well, and it's hot.
Yes,
I hate to tell it on myself, but I dropped off to sleep after I ate.
Well,
Sat down out there on the front gallery and went sound asleep.
you did.
Yeah, been there yet, I reckon, if old Lead hadn't got to barking at a team that went by. Hot today, ain't it?
Yes, it is. Uncommonly warm for this time of year.
But it's nice and cool in the shade.
Yeah, a little breeze stirring.
I was sitting there a while ago. How the weather
Breaks out all the birds and the insects that's been buried up all winter, I reckon. Hummingbirds and bees and butterflies and everything else working on them honeysuckle vines there in front of my house.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, spring is here. Ain't no question about it now. It's here.
I think that's how come to go to sleep. It was so peaceful over there at the place. Birds are singing and all.
Yeah. Well, a day like this makes a feller glad that he's living in a town like Pine Ridge, don't he?
I know there must be other places just as nice, but where in the world would you find a setting for a town like we've got here? Built right down in a valley with mountains all around us. Just look out across yonder. Ain't that pretty? Trees is all leafed out now.
Yeah.
Look down at the far end of the ridge how green it looks. And then further up on the hill there, it's bright purple.
Yeah, well, that's where a cloud is throwing a shadow across it. That's what makes it.
Yeah, I know, but ain't it peaceful looking?
Oh, yeah.
Just look at them clouds, how white and soft they look. Ain't moving an inch.
Well, it was pretty yesterday, too. I taken Elizabeth and Pearl over to church services at Corinth yesterday. Had dinner on the ground and an Easter egg hunt for the young'uns yesterday afternoon.
Yeah. I heard they was having a big to-do over there yesterday.
We started to call you up to go with us, but Pearl wanted to take the little Bradford girls along with us.
Well, I couldn't have went no way, Abner. Appreciate you thinking about me. Couldn't have left my Sunday school class.
No, well, we had an awful nice time. The Lunchards is over there. Them and Ruth Rankins and all of his, spread their lunch together. Had more victuals than I ever seen at one setting in my life. I ate fried chicken till it was running out my ears.
Yeah. Sorry I missed that part of it.
Oh, yes, it was good.
Yeah, that's mighty nice. That's another thing I like about this community. Everybody's so neighborly.
Yeah.
Feller can go out and spend a day with his friends doing what some folks would call the old-timey things, I reckon, but it's really enjoyment, and it don't cost no money neither.
No. But I don't know when I've had such a good time. After we got done eating, I stretched out there on a pallet in the shade of them trees, slept for an hour and a half, I reckon.
Spring fevers, I reckon.
Yeah. Then me and Uncle Henry and some of the boys sat around there and played mambo peg while the young'uns was out hunting Easter eggs and picking flowers.
Oh, there's lots of flowers now. Just noticing in that meadow of mine a while ago. Never seen the like of them.
Well, you ought to saw what Elizabeth brung home yesterday. Had the car just loaded down with wild violets and Johnny Jumper-ups and daisies and one thing and another.
Yeah.
She taken a case knife and dug up enough ferns to fill up that big box around the well curb over at the
ferns. Grannies, I've got to get out and dig up some myself, too. Fill up that flower box on my front gallery. Was a pretty big crowd over there yesterday?
Oh, my, yes, it was. And everybody looked awful nice with their new dresses and hats.
Yeah, folks with hair was all dressed up yesterday.
Yeah, Alec Johnson's family just looked uncommonly nice. It was a beautiful sight when they drove up there in a wagon. His woman had made dresses for her and the girls and shirts for him and the boys off in the same bolt of material. Sort of a plaid percale. It was awful pretty.
And the church here was crowded.
What?
Well, howdy, Grandpap.
Oh, hello, Grandpap.
Yeah, you fellas appear to be taking it easy, sitting out here on the gallery in the shade that way.
Yeah, come on up and sit down.
Yeah.
There's a little breeze blowing across here.
Well, I kind of wanted to see you, Abner, on a little private matter.
Oh, well, we can step there in the store if you want to.
Well, here, if you want to talk private, I want to go in and look over the mail anyway. Here, sit down here, Grandpap. Well, now, don't let me disturb you long. You look so peaceful there. No, I'm sitting here getting sleepy anyway. And I will sit down then. Just ain't no count today for some reason.
Yeah, more likely ate too many of them hard-boiled eggs yesterday if he'd around the Easter egg hunt. That's what I done.
Yeah.
Me and Lum were just sitting here talking about how peaceful it is here in Pine Ridge. You know, lots of fellers, I reckon, might think it was awful quiet. Not much going on.
Well, we ain't missing nothing, Abner. We ain't missing a thing. We're getting more really enjoyment out of life than lots of these fellers that's moving so fast. Ain't got a whole lot, but you don't need much here. What I wanted to talk to you about, Abner, Just over at Ezra Seastrong's, he's been getting some answers in from them pictures you sent out of him.
Oh, he has, huh?
Yeah, he don't know what to make of it.
But you never told him that I sent him out, did you?
No, I ain't said a word about it to nobody.
Yeah, well, Mole's Mooch is getting some in, too. I was down at the barber shop there this morning. Just tickling old Moles to death, though. He thinks all these women is writing in on account of that picture of him that was in the county seat paper here a week or two ago when he elected that grand supreme ruler in the lodge, you know.
For goodness sake.
Moles is awful conceited about the way he looks anyway, you know.
Well, Ezra ain't tickled over it, I'll tell you that, Abner.
Yeah.
He figures somebody has sent his pictures out for a joke, and if he ever finds out who done it, it's going to be too bad.
Oh, my goodness, oh.
Well, that's what I wanted to see about, Abner. I knowed you was going to get yourself in trouble sending them fellers pictures out to women that writes into your matrimonial bureau for you, done it?
I never thought about it causing no trouble. I just sent theirs because I never had no others to send. Ain't had but 4 men folks write in. I knowed if we sent their pictures out, we never would hear from them again.
Yeah, but Dick and Ezra and Moses all married men with families.
Well, they don't have to marry the women. Fact is, they don't even have to answer the letters.
No, but what if one of their wives gets hold of one of these letters they're getting? You know what Elizabeth would do if it was to happen to you.
Oh, my goodness, yes, I hadn't thought about that part of it.
It's high time you was thinking about it.
Well, what can I do, Grandpap? It's too late now. The pictures have done been sent out.
Well, if it was me, I'd just go to them and tell them just what I done. Admit to the whole thing.
No, I daresn't do that. They'd run me out of town. Dick Huddleston's already so mad he's fit to be tied. Call Lum over there Friday, accuse him of knowing something about it. Of course, Lum denied that we had anything to do with it. And he was honest about it, for he don't know what I did.
No.
And I ain't going to tell him either. I can't now.
Well, you better do something, Abner. I don't know what, but mind what I tell you now, there's going to be some trouble out of there.
Well, now, you're just as much to blame as I am, Grandpap. You oughtn't to have sold me them pictures of them fellers without their permission.
Well, that's just the reason I'm so anxious for you to get it straightened out, too. For if they ever find out that I've taken pictures of them and sold them to you, I'm going to get into it just as much as you have.
Well, that's what I say. We can't tell it now. If we do, we'll both get into trouble.
Yeah. Hard not to listen to you. That's what hard.
Wait a minute. Mind out.
You fellers through talking secrets?
Oh, yeah. Come on out, Lum. Yeah.
Just opening that mail, Abner. Here's a letter to our matrimonial bureau I can't make no sense out of.
Well?
Some woman in Coffeyville, Kansas, writing to thank us for sending her a picture of Dick Huddleston.
Dick Huddleston?
Yeah, it says here, I knew the minute I saw his picture that he was the man I have been looking for. I am writing him today that I am leaving immediately for Pine Ridge to be with him. Thanks so much for the fine work your matrimonial bureau is doing. Sincerely, Birdie Collins.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Now, Dick's going to think we had something to do with this. I had hard enough time talking him out of it the other day.
Well, nothing.
Huh?
What do you think we ought to do, Lum?
I don't know what to do. I reckon I better take this letter on over there and show him so he can be out of town or something when she gets here. Well, didn't she say she's writing him, telling him he's coming? Yeah.
Well, you better stay away from over there then, Lum. Wait a minute, here comes Cedric. We can get him to take a letter on over and tell Dick that we don't know a thing about it.
Well, he's going to think it's mighty funny if we... Granny's, I don't know what to do. Do you know anything about this, Grandpap?
Why, come here, Cedric. You're just the fellow we're looking for. Got a little errand for you.
Well, I ain't got time now, Mr. Abner. I got to drive into the county seat.
Well, this won't take but a few minutes.
Yes, but I got to get Miss Mose Moots in town there in time to catch the afternoon train.
Oh.
Whereabouts is she going? Visiting her folks?
No, she's going to live with them, I think. I ain't supposed to say nothing about it, but she's separating Mose. Taking her children's with her.
Separating?
Yes, She went to iron Moses' suit this morning and found a letter in his pocket from some woman in Fort Smith that he sent his picture to talking about marrying her. She figures she better leave him before he leaves her.
Oh, my goodness.
He'll be surprised when he gets home tonight and finds her and the children's all gone.
Yeah. And here we was talking a while ago about what a peaceful little town Pine Ridge is.
What Abner probably means is what a peaceful little town Pine Ridge was.
The makers of Postum, the favorite mealtime drink in 3 million American homes, present your favorite radio friends, Lum and Abner. Have you ever listened to those radio programs that come on about the time the milkman starts his rounds? If you have, was it because you really enjoyed staying up that late? Or was it because you just couldn't get to sleep? I'm asking that because you might very well be one of those people who is kept awake by drinking coffee. Of course, lots of people can drink coffee without being kept awake. But many people simply can't sleep when they drink it. If coffee keeps you awake, why not try Postum? Millions of people have, and it's now their favorite mealtime drink. Postum, you see, is without caffeine or stimulant of any kind that could possibly cause sleeplessness. It's made of whole wheat and bran, roasted to a turn and slightly sweetened. And Postum is truly delicious. Drink it steaming hot, notice its rich, dark color and delightful aroma. You'll find it satisfies you so fully, you'll never even miss coffee. In fact, if coffee has been your trouble, you'll wonder why you ever waited this long to try Postum. Will you take my friendly suggestion and begin tomorrow to drink Postum at every meal instead of coffee? Then see if you don't sleep more soundly and feel better for it. And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Little did Abner realize the trouble he was getting into when he sent out pictures of Ezra Seastrunk, Mose Moots, and Dick Huddleston in answer to letters their matrimonial bureau had received from women who were wanting to get married. Mrs. Moots found a letter from one of the women in the pocket of Mose's suit. And when we left the old fellow's day before yesterday, they had just learned that she was planning to take the children and go back to the home of her parents. As we look in on the little community today, we find Abner and Grandpappy Spears over at the Jot 'em Down store discussing the matter. Listen.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel so bad about it, Abner. It's all straightened out now, and there weren't no harm done.
No harm done? I dogged I got half the town mad at me.
Well, yeah, but they'll get over it eventual.
I don't know. I doubt it the way they're acting.
Well, you done the only thing you could do, Abner. You couldn't stand back and see Mose Moots' woman separate him over something you was responsible for.
I know it. That's the reason I went over there and explained to her that it was me that sent out his picture to these women. And I told Dick and Ezra Seastrunk, too, so they could explain to their women if they found letters that they'd been getting.
Yeah, well, personal, I think a heap more of you for admitting to it when you know that they was all going to be mad at you, Abner.
Yeah, well, that part of it's all right, but I'm just mad at myself for ever doing such a stunt.
Well, I tried to tell you was making a mistake.
I know it. I'm just so anxious to make a success out of this matrimonial bureau that, well, I just never stopped to think about the trouble I was going to cause. We had to have pictures of men to send out to these women customers that's looking for husbands, and, well, I just sent anybody that I could get hold of, regardless.
Yeah, sure.
Just looks like I can get myself into more trouble than there one human I ever knowed in my life.
Well, you just never stop to think, sure.
Yeah, that's my trouble. I never do stop to think. Get so aggravated with myself sometimes, I can't hardly stand me. That blame gourd-headed idiot.
Well, I wouldn't feel that way about it myself, Abner. You ain't such a bad feller.
Yes, I am too, Grandpa, if you just don't know me like I do. I just wish sometimes I could get off by myself, away from me. Get tired of putting up with some of the stunts I pull. I ought to be bored for the simple.
Oh, Abner, you're just mad.
No, I ain't. I've felt that way about myself for a long time. Just never would say nothing to me about it. I stood and stood, but I just went too far this time.
Oh, tut, Abner. You oughtn't to say such things about yourself.
Well, that's exactly the way I feel about it. And I'll say it to my face, too. If you don't like it, why, I can lump it.
You're just getting yourself all worked up over nothing.
No, I ain't. I don't care. Dad, blame it all. Just looks like I never will learn no sense.
Well, Abner, I ain't going to sit here and listen to you argue with yourself all afternoon. I'm going down to the barber shop where...
Well, now, wait a minute now, Grandpap. Sit back down. Don't leave me now and me feeling like this. I'm in too bad a humor with myself. Mad as I am right now, I no telling what would happen. And there wouldn't be nobody here to separate me.
Well, I've tried to take up for you, and you won't listen to me.
Well, go ahead, Grandpap. That's what I want you to do. Nobody else will. Dad blame Lum sits here and agrees with me all the time.
Oh, is he pretty mad about it, is he?
Oh, my goodness, yes. Stomped out of here a while ago mad enough to bite. Says I've ruined both of us. And what did I do? Nothing. Just mailed out some little old pictures of people's, all I done.
Well, of course, the whole trouble was you was mailing them without them knowing anything about it.
Well, if I'd have told them, they wouldn't have let me did it, you know that.
Of course not. They're married men. They don't want their pictures sent out over the country to women folks saying they're looking for a wife.
Well, no, but... Wait a minute. Are you taking up for them?
No, but you'll have to admit you had no
I
business.
won't admit to no such a thing. I don't see a thing wrong.
You mean to sit there and say it's all right for you to send out their
Of course
pictures?
it was all right. You're just taking up for them. That's what you're doing.
I ain't taking up for them.
Yes,
I'm
you
just
are,
trying to...
that blamed old hypocrite. I won't put up with it either. Just get out of here. Go on, just get out before I throw you
Yeah,
out.
you
Get
just
on.
try throwing me out one time and see how... Put that chair down,
I won't
Abner.
put it down either. I'll lop it around your head if you don't get out of that door like I told you to. Get on out of here now.
What's going on in here? Could hear you fellers wrangling clean out in the street. What you doing with that chair?
Why, this we were seeing which one of us could lift it over our heads the highest long.
You look to me like you're drawing back there fixing to hit Grandpap with it.
Well, for goodness sake. Now, what would me and Grandpap be mad about?
I don't know, but you got everybody else in town mad at you. I was just talking to Mose Moose just now. I wouldn't advise you to let Mose shave you for a few days, Abner, if I was you.
Oh, my goodness, no. He's bad enough when he ain't mad at you.
And I can't say that I blame him, neither. Trouble you've caused.
Well, he got his woman back all right, didn't he?
Yeah, but his life's going to be miserable for the next 2 years, Abner. You ought to hear what all he had to promise her to get her not to leave.
Promise her?
Yeah, he's telling me about it over there a while ago. Can't go out to lodge meetings no more. And
Well...
got to make the garden, and do up the chores, and chop the wood at home. So you see, she's got him doing all her work.
Yeah. Well, I hate it the worst way. I don't know. Maybe I could go over there and talk her out a part of that. I hate to see Mose put
Yeah,
in.
that's the thing to do, Abner. I don't care what you do. Get out of it the best way you can. I don't care.
Doggies, I might just take her over a nice present of some kind. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That'll get her in a good
Be
humor.
willing to help Mose all you can.
Oh, I am.
Swan, Abner, that was the foolishest stunt I ever heard of a growed man pulling in my life. Sending out all them pictures.
Well, we had to send out somebody's pictures. I know we'd lose all our women customers if we never had something to send them.
Well, we had pictures of me. There's a whole stack of them there we had made.
Well, I sent yours along with Mose and Dick Huddleston and Ezra put 4 pictures in every envelope I sent out.
Well, it's mighty funny all the rest of them's been getting letters back and I ain't.
Well, it ain't my fault. I sent them out. I know that. We got in one letter the other day saying she got your picture. And if that was the best we could do, why not to send her no more?
Yeah, it was from that smart aleck from Springfield, Missouri. Paula Reimer. Wouldn't nothing suit her.
Well, we've got to do something, Lum. We've been in business 2 weeks and ain't married off nobody yet.
Well, it takes time, Abner. All you fellers can do is just get them started writing to one another and then just wait for developments. I wish I'd quit talking to you. Yeah, that's right, Grandpap. I ain't the least bit optimistic about it. I think it's going to be a big success. When they do start, there'll be 2 or 3 couples getting married every day, about you. That's $50 a couple.
Yeah, well, I've been doing all I can, Lum. Sending out them pictures just as fast as they come in.
Yeah, I know you have. And I've been spending all my time on doing all you did. Talking to Ezra and Mose.
Yeah.
Ezra was aiming on lawsuit on it.
He was, huh?
Talked him out of that.
Well, good for you. Good.
Well, you had Dick Huddleston in an awful fix there. Dick got a letter from that woman in Coffeyville, Kansas, that Birdie Collins, I believe her name was.
Yeah.
Saying she's coming here to visit him.
Yeah, I know it.
Now, that would have been trouble sure enough if she'd have showed up.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
Did you get her headed off all right before she left, Lum?
Yeah, what happened, Lum?
Yeah, I had to send her a telegram yesterday. Dick stood right over me and told me what to write and everything.
What all did you tell her, Lum?
Oh, I don't recollect. Something about sorry a mistake was made, that Dick Huddleston was already married.
Yeah.
Told her he weren't the kind of a man she ought to have no way.
He did, huh?
Yeah,
Dick had you say that?
It told her a beautiful young woman like her ought to marry a man with money and position like myself. Just told her that so she wouldn't be too disappointed losing Dick.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Dick seemed to think if we could get her interested in me, she'd forget about him, you know.
Uh-huh, sure.
I'll more than likely be getting a love letter from her myself in a day or so.
More likely.
What kind of a looking girl is she, Lum? Girl? Didn't you see her picture? No, I reckon not.
Where is it, Abner? I want Grandpap to see that. She'd stop a clock.
Oh, yeah, well,
I
I burnt the thing up, Lum. I was feared we might make a mistake and put it in some letter to one of our men customers and lose him.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Well, you ain't going to start writing letters with her, are you, Lum? Sure not?
Oh, no, just long enough to keep her from pestering Dick Huddleston. Gosh, no.
Yeah, well, I wondered. Well, Lum, I just want to tell you I appreciate you doing all that for me. I know now, of course, I done wrong. But I just trying to help the matrimony bureau.
Oh, I know it, Abner. I know. It's all over now, and the best thing to do is just forget about it. It's all over. We've got it straightened out now, and we can just all forget about it.
Yeah, well, I just never wanted you to be mad at her. Wait a minute. Come in. Come in. Oh, come in, Cedric. Come in.
Yeah, howdy, Cedric.
Thought you was a customer coming in there.
I've got a telegram for Mr. Lum.
Well,
For me? Well, reckon what this could be. Matrimony business is sort of picking up. They're
Yeah,
sending telegrams.
somebody must be in a terrible hurry to get married.
Yeah.
Hey, sit down here, Cedric. Sit down. Make yourself
Mom, I
comfortable.
can't stay. I've got to get back over to the blacksmith shop and help my pa.
Well,
Shoeing that young span of mules a Cull Barton. It's worth a body's life to put a shoe on.
oh, yeah, they're ornery critters. I know that. Yes, they're...
Grannies, what time does that afternoon train get to the county seat?
Why, 3:30, I think it is.
Oh,
Why?
Grannies, that won't work. She'll be coming in on that train.
Huh?
Grannies, I'll just have to hide out for a few days. Abner, you'll have to look after the store by yourself.
Well, what's the matter? What's happened, Lum?
Well, this is a telegram from that Birdie Collins. It says she's fell in love with me now, and she's arriving on the afternoon train at the county seat to visit me. Grannies, you started this whole thing. Now it's up to you to get shut of her the best way you can.
Well, it looks as though the trouble Abner started is not completely over yet. The makers of Postum, the favorite mealtime drink in 3 million American homes, present your favorite radio friend, Lum and Abner. Some people may think it's a good joke when you have indigestion to smile and say, something you ate, no doubt. But you know indigestion is anything but funny. And the remark might be nearer the truth if it was something you drank, no doubt. Namely, coffee. For although many people can drink coffee without upsetting their digestion, many others can't. Why not drink Postum instead if coffee gives you indigestion? Because Postum contains no caffeine or stimulant of any kind. It's made of whole wheat and bran, skillfully roasted and slightly sweetened. Start drinking Postum tomorrow. Enjoy it steaming hot in the cup, as you would coffee, either with or without cream. You'll be delighted with Postum's grand, mellow flavor and tempting aroma. And you'll be surprised and happy to find that coffee is no longer something you must have. Just drink Postum with your meals, and then, if coffee has been giving you indigestion, see if you don't notice a big improvement, both in your digestion and in your disposition. And now let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Abner is still trying to square himself with Dick Huddleston, Mose Moots, and Ezra Seastrunk for sending out their pictures to applicants of the Lonesome Heart Matrimonial Bureau without their permission. They have all received several proposals, and to keep one of the young ladies from coming to see Dick Huddleston, Lum wired her that he had fallen in love with her picture and would like to marry her himself. Well, Wednesday he received a wire back that she was on her way to Pine Ridge, and the old fellow is now hiding out until she leaves town. As we look in on the little community today, we find Dick Huddleston over at the Jot 'em Down store talking with Abner. Listen.
Oh, well, I'm not sore at Grandpap either, Abner. Whole thing is over now. There's not any use to hold any hard feelings towards anybody.
Well, good. I'm proud to hear you say that. And I think Ezra and Mose feel the same way about it. I was over talking to Ezra yesterday, and he said he'd forgive me.
Yeah, I know. I had a talk with him about it.
Yeah, Mose was the hardest one to get in a good humor. I sort of got him in some trouble with his woman.
Yeah, I know. That almost got to be serious, too.
Yes, it did now. She was fixing to leave him just as sure as he whirled.
Why, of course she was.
Well, I think that's fixed up now. I went over there yesterday evening and had a long talk with her. Told her I thought she was being pretty hard on Mose over something that he never had nothing to do with.
Oh, you did, huh?
Yeah, and, well, I took over enough cloth off that bowl of silk goods over there to make her a dress out of.
A dress?
Yeah, try and get her over the mad spell.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, by the time I left, why, she's in a pretty good humor with herself, too, I think. Said she'd forgive Mose.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that, Abner. Because Mose was pretty mad at you. Held you responsible for the whole thing.
Yeah, I know he did. I dogged it sure learnt me a lesson. I'll never send out a picture of nobody else unless I get their permission.
No, I wouldn't either, Abner. That's pretty bad business. Where's Lum?
Why, he's still hiding out from that woman, that Birdie Collins.
Oh, is she still here?
Of course she's still here, waiting for Lum to get back. And if you want my notions on it, she's going to stay here till he gets back, too.
Well, he's still in town here, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, but she don't know it. She thinks he's off on a trip somewhere. See, he made me tell her when she got here that he went off on a trip for a few days, and your dad blamed her. She didn't say she believed she'd just wait till he got back.
Well, where's she staying?
Over there at our place. Just move right in. Sister Simpson's boarding house was full up, and, well, she had to have some place to stay.
By George, that's pretty good. And old Lum's still hiding over at his house, huh?
Well, he was hiding in the house. He's staying out in the barn loft now, I think. She decided to go over there to his place and sort of look around and see what kind of furniture he had and all. Well, I slipped out ahead of her and told Lum she's on her way over there. You ought to seen him heading for the barn.
Well, she must be taking this thing pretty seriously, Abner.
Oh, she is. Ain't no doubts in her mind but what her and Lum's going to get married quick as he gets back. See, I told her Lum was out of town when her telegram got here, and she thinks that Lum don't know she's here, he'd be back.
Well, you're going to have to figure some way to get shut up, Abner. Lum can't spend the rest of his life over there in that barn.
Yeah, I know it. And besides, Elizabeth's getting awful tired of her, too. She just hates and despises her.
Does, huh?
Says she is, without a doubt, the silliest woman she ever seen in her life.
Well, that's too bad if she has to put up with her over there.
Yeah, it's too bad for me, too, for she says it's all my fault for ever bringing her over there in the first place. Dad blame that Lum. He ought not have told her that he had all that money and was in love with her and all that. She'd have never come down here if he hadn't have did that.
Well, I guess I'm partly responsible for that, Abner. See, I was the one that made Lum send that wire to her. But I did it to keep her from coming down here to see me. I knew that wouldn't do.
Oh, my goodness, no. Well, of course, I can't get very mad at anybody for it, for the whole thing was my fault to start with, sending out them pictures that way.
Oh, well, I think it'll all work out now. Everybody's back in a good humor. Of course.
Excuse me a minute, Dick. I believe that's all it ring.
Yeah, sure, go ahead. I expect I better be getting back over the store anyway, Abner.
Well, don't rush off now. Sit and visit with me a while. Pretty lonesome around here as Lum gone, just sitting here by myself this way.
Well, I told the wife that I wouldn't be gone but a few minutes, Abner, but I expect I better be getting on back over there now. Maybe I'll get a chance to drop back over after a while.
Yeah, well, do if you can, Dick. We'll get up a checker game.
Yeah, all right, Abner. I'll try.
And ring yourself off in the wall. Wish these pesky things never had to be embedded. Ain't fit in front of... Hello. Jot 'em down, store, Abner. Huh? Oh, well, when did you put a telephone out there in the barn, Lum? Oh, yeah. Well, you better be careful now. She'll come back over there to look at that furniture and catch you. I don't know, she ain't said, but you better hurry or Elizabeth's going to run her off. Well, I told her you was out of town for a few days, and she said she'd just wait till you got back. Well, that's what you told me to tell her. Tell her what? You mean for good that you ain't never coming back? Well, what if she asked me where you're at? Alaska? Well, all right, but I don't know why you'd ever pick that place. Well, there's other places just as far away. It ain't nice cold. You better be careful now. You ain't used to them kind of elements. You about catching pneumonia. Huh? Well, I thought you just now said you was. Oh, I see. Yeah, well, that's a good idea. Well, I'll tell her that right tonight. Oh, fine, I reckon. Everybody's back in a good humor now. Even Moe's Moots is warmer. Yeah, I taken her over some dress goods. Just a minute, Lum. Somebody coming in the store here. Come in. Oh, howdy, Squire. Couldn't see who you was at first.
Well, good afternoon, Abner. Good afternoon. How's my old friend today?
Oh, tolerably, I reckon. Take a chair there, Squire. I'll be down here directly.
Yes, go right ahead, Abner. Go right ahead. Now, don't let me disturb you.
Hello? Yeah, I will. The fact is, I'll take her into the train myself if she'll go. All right, Lum, don't worry. Yeah, goodbye. Well, Squire, what can I do for you?
Oh, I didn't want to buy anything, Abner. I came over to see you on another little matter.
Well, now, I ain't got no money to invest in nothing, if that's what you want, Squire.
Well, no, I'm not here to sell anything, Abner. Today I'm on a little errand of mercy. Abner, you know the principles of our lodge are founded on fellowship and brotherly love.
Oh, a lodge matter, huh?
Yes, Abner, there's one of our brothers that is in distress. That is financial distress. And I've taken it upon myself to see all the members and ask for a little donation. Now, Mose Moots headed the list here with $1. Ezra C. Strunk gave $1. Caleb W. Hunt 50 cents. And on down the list. Well, here, you can see for yourself what the different ones have subscribed.
Uh-huh. Yeah, there's a pretty good list of them there. Who is the feller, Squire? This brother that's needing help.
Well, Abner, I'd rather not divulge the name. I'm afraid that he would find it rather embarrassing to accept the money if everybody knew who he was. I'd rather make this more of a secret donation. And I'm sure that you'll feel much better about it, too, not knowing who the unfortunate party is.
Oh, well, don't make no difference. If he's needing, I'm proud to help. Now, let's see here if I got any money at all. Been sort of short here lately myself. Let's see, it's 10, 25, 35, 40 cents is all I got here, Squire.
Well, that's all right, Abner. Every little bit of help. Now, here, I'll put your name right down here, Abner Peabody, 40 cents. Now, I'll assure you that it is appreciated, too.
Oh, well, that's all right. I'm just glad to do all I can. Well, what you been doing here lately, Squire? I ain't saw you for quite a while.
Well, to be honest, nothing, Abner. I've just been waiting for something to turn up.
Well, it's pretty hard to get by without working, ain't it?
Yes, it has been rather difficult, but I think now that I'll make it all right until something comes along.
Well, good. Here, you ain't the brother, wait just a minute, I think that's all right.
Yes, go right ahead, Abner. I'll have to be getting along anyway. I want to finish seeing all the lodge members this afternoon if I can. I don't want anybody to feel that they've been slighted. Well, I'll see you later, Abner.
Yeah, all right, Squire.
And I want you to know that your name will go down in the archives of the lodge as a brother who heard the signal of distress and answered the call.
Well, good for me. Hello, John. Oh, hello, Elizabeth. Well, what's the matter, honey? You sound like you might be aggravated about something. Well, what have I did? I don't neither. Ain't got the least ideas. I ain't been giving other women presents. No, Mom, cross my heart I ain't. Huh? Oh, that. Well, yeah, I taken her over enough cloth to make a dress, but see, I sent Mose Moot's picture. Well, now, wait a minute, Elizabeth. Well, quit talking long enough for me to explain. Well, Elizabeth, Yes, Mom. Well, honey, I've always called you honey. Well, now, wait a minute, Elizabeth. Hello? Dad, blame it all. I told you that Squire Stimp ain't the only brother that needs to use that distress signal. I'm needing help and needing it bad.
Poor Abner. It just seems his troubles are never over. The makers of Postum, the favorite mealtime drink in 3 million American homes, present your favorite radio friends, Lum and Abner. And not so long ago, you turned off the heat as far as your house was concerned. Now, with the weather still getting warmer, you're probably turning off the heat on many of your meals, too, by serving more salads, lighter foods, and cold drinks to go with them. And for a grand cold drink at mealtime or any time, you certainly couldn't ask for anything more satisfying than a tall, frosty glass of iced Postum. From the first tinkle of the cracked ice to the last cooling sip, it's thoroughly delightful and refreshing. Drink your iced Postum slowly so you can enjoy longer its grand, full-bodied flavor and its mellow smoothness. Make up a good supply of iced Postum in the cool of the morning. Keep it in the refrigerator and serve it whenever you wish. For unlike caffeine-containing beverages, Postum can stand without losing or changing its flavor. See how convenient iced Postum is when friends stop in. And the whole family can enjoy its refreshing goodness, for Postum contains no stimulant of any kind that could possibly cause sleeplessness, nervousness, or indigestion. Serve iced Postum tomorrow, and see if you've ever served any warm weather drink as delicious or as welcome. And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Last Friday, Lum received a letter from a firm of attorneys stating that it was believed he was one of the heirs to a large fortune in England. He was asked to trace his ancestry back as far as possible and mailed to them at once so it could be determined whether or not he's a descendant of one Samuel Edwards, who came to this country in 1778. Well, naturally, the old fellow is very excited over the news and believes he might at last have come into a large fortune. As we look in on the little community today, we find Grandpappy Spears over at the Jot 'em Down store discussing the matter with Abner. Listen.
Yeah, reckon you'll have it all to yourself here in the store now, won't you, Abner?
All to myself.
Yeah. Lum was telling me a while ago he's quitting the store business here because he inherited a lot of money. Won't have to work no more now.
Oh, for goodness sakes, is he going around telling that?
I don't know. He come in the store over there a while ago wanting change for a $10 bill, and he got to telling me about inheriting a lot of money.
Oh, why, he don't know for sure it is. That is, that he's the one they're looking for, I mean.
He said he got a hearing from England saying some of his kinfolks over there had left him a lot of money. That's what he said.
Oh, he's just aggravating. I'll show you the letter right here. Or that is, you never taking it with you. I was laying right here on the... Yeah, here it is. Laying right here on the desk.
You better mind that, Abner. He might not want you reading his mail that way.
Oh, he don't care. He showed it to everybody that's come in here. Read it to me 18,100 times already. Now, here's what it says. Dear Mr. Edwards, we understand you are a descendant of the family of Martha Chumwood and Samuel Edwards. There is an estate in England of the stepfather of Martha Chumwood, William Jensen, for 30 million pounds sterling and stocks and bonds.
30 million pounds of what?
30 million pounds of sterling. Sterling silver, Lum says.
Oh.
You saw sterling silver. We got a teaspoon over at the place made out of it. One of them souvenir spoons got over at the fair at Hot Springs 15 or 25 years ago, I reckon.
Yeah, I know what sterling silverware is, Abner. I ain't no ignoramus.
It'll last, I'll say that for it. That spoon's just as good right now as it was the day we got it. Of course, we ain't never had out of it ourselves. Generally lays there on the sideboard, lets me have company. The preacher's ate out of it a time or two.
Uh-huh.
Judge Green, he ate with it once whenever he's running for office, taking dinner with us there at the place, and complimented us on it. Elizabeth's awful proud of it. She's always had her regrets that she just never bought a whole set of them while she does.
Well, they make stuff besides spoons out of that sterling silver, Abner. Case knives and forks, too, I think.
They do, huh?
I sure. I saw pictures of them in the catalog.
Oh, well, good. Well, I never said nothing to Lum, but I just been sort of thinking to myself that 30 million of them teaspoons would be a whole lot more of them he'd ever have any use for.
Oh, my God. There ain't nothing to get excited about, especially if you ain't got nothing to eat with them. Be silverware poor.
Yeah, well, it says he's got some stock of some kind. Don't say what. Just a general run, I reckon. Of course, it ain't none of my business, but if it's me, I'd just dispose of them right over there.
Your stock?
Why, yes. Lord, me, it wouldn't hardly pay him to ship them clean over here from English, with cows bringing what they're now.
No, I don't believe it wouldn't either. Well, is he going over there?
Well, he don't know yet. He's waiting to hear from this outfit he got the letter from.
Huh?
They asked him here for him to send them the names of all his descendants clean back to his great-grandpa. So he read him a letter Saturday and named all the relays he could think of for him.
Well, I hope he gets it if he wants it.
Yeah, well, of course, he ain't going to get all that silverware for himself. According to the letter, why, there's a bunch of them relays claiming part of it. Wait a minute, Grandpa. Here comes Jake. And don't be talking about it in front of him, for Mom don't want him to know nothing about it.
Who? Oh, Jake. Yeah. Is he still working here at the store for you?
Well, he's still sitting here drawing wages. He don't work none. There's the laziest one man that ever drawed breath I know. Now, just look at him. He's an hour and a half late getting back from dinner right now, and he's walking along there like he had all day to get here. Watch him. Now watch him slow up when he gets under the shade of that tree. See there, what they tell you?
Yeah. Is he ailing?
Why, no, there ain't nothing wrong with him but laziness. There's a feller that's raised a big family, Grandpap, and never hit a lick of work that I know of.
Yeah, some fellers just knows how to get by, I reckon. Now, howdy, Jake.
It's about time you was getting back, Jake.
Well, howdy, Grandpap. I just couldn't make it no sooner, Abner. Ate so much for dinner, I just feared to get out in that hot sun too soon after eating.
Well, now, it's just a good thing that Lum ain't here. He's getting tired of you getting back here in the middle of the afternoon every day.
Well, I could start going to dinner earlier, I guess, if he wants me to.
Earlier? Why, you leave at 11 o'clock now.
Yeah, but I could leave at 10 and get back a little earlier, I reckon.
Well, now, I'll tell you right now, Jake, you're going to have to change your way of doing things around here. Mom's getting awful tired of the way you're acting. Now, like this morning, when me and him was answering them letters to the matrimonial bureau, you was supposed to be waiting on the trade. And what did you do? Play Abernathy come in here, and you wouldn't even get up out of the chair to wait on him. Made him get the stuff down out in the shelves himself.
Well, everybody's different, I guess. That's just the way I gotta selling stuff. I don't believe in pushing a feller too much when he's wanting to buy something. Might scare him clean out of it, I always said.
For goodness sakes alive.
He'd better just let them figure it out for themselves sometimes. If they get it in their head you're trying to sell them, they'll back out every time.
Now, Jake, that's just an excuse, and you know it. You just never wanted to get up out of that chair. That's your trouble.
Well, now, you know yourself, if a feller was to bring a horse around here and try to sell him to you and start telling you how good he is, you wouldn't come nigh as close to buying him as you would if he never tried so hard to sell him to you.
Oh.
Yeah, try it, Abner.
I don't know.
I'll give it a right smart thought myself. Everybody's got their own way of doing things, of course.
Yeah, well, now, what about the feed room? Mom told you to straighten it up this morning, and as far as I know, you ain't even touched it.
No, I told you fellers the other day, Abner, that ain't in my line of work at all. I'm a seller. That's all I agreed to do whenever I went to work for
Hey, well, wait a minute. Yonder comes Lum now. You can tell him all about it now.
Well, I was thinking on account of me being your brother-in-law, Abner, it might be best for you to tell him whenever I ain't here.
For the land's sakes. No, sir, I ain't going to tell him nothing. Now, just 'cause I married your sister, that ain't no sign that you to get out of work around here, Jake.
Well, I'll go back there now and sweep up some of that loose feed, but I just ain't able to lift them big, heavy sacks of feed.
For goodness sakes, I stout in a white oak stone. I had the whole thing straightened up in 10 minutes back there if he'd just get down to work at it. It ain't hard. But no, he's got to argue about it. Lazy, that's it.
Well, Grandpap, just left you over at Dick's store a while ago. Yeah, I just come over to see Abner for a minute,
Hey, what you got in the sack, Lum?
Oh, just been out getting some change. Where's the letter I got about my kinfolks in England?
Here, Ted. I just had it just now, reading it to Grandpa.
Well, ain't that fine, Grandpa? Yeah, I'm proud to hear it, Lum. Don't know what you're going to do with all that junk, though. Junk? Yeah, that silverware. Abner says there's 30 million pounds of it. Oh, well, I found out that sterling means money. 30 million pounds of money, not silverware.
30 million pounds of silver money?
Yes, sir. That's what I was getting that change for. I want to find out how much that'd be.
Well, I don't see how that'd help you now.
Well, I can figure it out. Weigh these dollars and find out how much it takes to make a pound, then multiply it by 30 million, and I got it.
Oh.
Let's get over here with these scales a minute. We'll figure that thing out.
I know, 'cause you got a better head on you, and I'll give you credit for it, huh? Yeah, set them on there. See how many it takes now.
Yeah, there's,
How many is that? No, not quite a pound. Balance it. Hold it.
There, see it?
Yeah, right on the head, right there. Yeah.
Well,
How many you got there now?
according to that, it would take, that's 8, that weighs a half a pound. That'd be 16, wouldn't it?
Well, 2 times. Yeah.
Set that down.
Twice 8, twice 4. No, 16.
$16 to a pound. That's 16 times 30 million.
Yeah. That's what you got. 30 million of them, just like that.
Be quiet, Abner. I can't concentrate.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Granny's, I'm a heap richer than I even thought I was.
Huh?
Looky there.
Huh?
That's $480 million.
For the land.
Granny's more money than I'll know what to do with it. Well, bless old Uncle Samuel's heart. Bless his little...
It might be well for Lum to remember one of his own sayings, that don't count your chickens before they're hatched. The makers of Postum, the favorite mealtime drink in 3 million American homes, present your favorite radio friend, Lum and Abner. Sometimes, when children won't drink all the milk they should drink, some mothers try playing games like this.
All right, Jenny. Now see if you can drink your milk down to that nice red line on the glass. Come on now.
Sometimes, when that fails, those mothers try this.
If you don't stop fooling and drink that milk, young lady, you're going right back to your room and stay there until you do.
But lots of wise mothers don't have to coax or bribe or threaten their children to drink milk. They simply do this.
There you are, a nice cup of Postum.
And it works, too, because all children love Postum made with milk. They like its golden brown, grown-up color, its fragrant, promising aroma, and its delicious, mellow flavor. And you can let your children have as much Postum made with milk as they want. For it's not sweet nor rich, so it won't take away your child's appetite for other foods. And it contains no stimulant of any kind that could possibly affect young digestive systems or cause sleeplessness or nervousness. And when you realize that it combines the health-building qualities of milk with the wholesomeness of whole wheat and bran from which Postum is made, honestly, mothers, could you think of a more healthful drink for your children? Order Postum from your grocer tomorrow. See how your children will relish the milk they need when you give it to them in this delicious form. Postum made with milk. And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Last Friday, Lum received a letter informing him that if he could prove that he is a descendant of one Samuel Edwards, who came to this country from England in 1778, he'll be eligible for a part of a large estate the English government is soon to divide. The old fellow is very excited over his good fortune, and there is no doubt in his mind but what he is one of the heirs. As we look in on the little community today, we find Lum seated at his desk at the Jot 'em Down store. Abner is just entering. Listen.
Come in, I'll be with you in just a minute. Oh, I thought you was a customer.
No, I'm sorry I was late getting back, Lum, but Elizabeth was busy in the field this morning and never got dinner started till late.
No, that's all right. Weren't nothing going on no way.
Weren't, huh?
I've been sitting here figuring out an advertisement. See how this is sounding, Abner?
Huh?
For sale, country estate near Pine Ridge. 40 acres of beautiful grounds. Palatial home in picturesque setting.
Hey, Doggy, that sounds good. Whereabouts is the place at?
Whereabouts is it at? You've been over there 1,000 times.
Well, I don't recollect ever seeing a place like that around Pine Ridge here.
It's that place of mine over there. I lived there for years.
Oh, well, it sure don't sound like it. You better tell them right where it's at, for if they come out here looking for it, they'd never go to that place.
Well, wait till I get done reading the advertisement. This home with its beautiful gardens is one of the show places.
I thought you never put in no garden this year.
I never. This is them flowers out there in the front yard I'm talking about.
For the land's sake. Can't eat them.
Owner moving to England will sacrifice for $4,000. Thought I'd put that price up there and all has come down, you know.
Yeah, did you say the owner was moving to England?
Yeah, that's me, of course.
Oh.
Made up my mind that that's the thing for me to do, Abner. That's my native land over there, and I might as well go back home.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm beginning to feel sort of like a foreigner over here now in this country since I got that letter saying I'm inheriting all that money in English. England.
Yeah. Well, now, you better wait till you find out for sure, Lum, you're the feller they're looking for.
Oh, I'm it all right. Ain't no doubts about that. I got to reading that letter over again last night, Abner. All I've got to prove is that I'm an ancestor to that Marthy Chumwood and Samuel Edwards. That's a cinch.
It is, huh?
Oh, yeah. Samuel Edwards is bound to be kin to me.
Well.
That Samuel has always been a family name of ours. I recollect one of my aunts, Aunt Dulcie, married a feller named Sam Church. Samuel Church, of course.
Yeah.
That might have something to do with it.
Well, yeah, I reckon it could.
And that Marthy Chumwood might have been one that I was named after.
Well, you ain't named Marthy.
No, but that Chumwood, they might have got my name from that chum. Lum, chum. See how much you like this, huh?
Oh, I think you're just trying to get kin to them.
I ain't no such a thing. It ain't my fault if I'm one of their ancestors. They writ me that letter, didn't they?
Yeah.
Said they thought I was one, and now the names proves it.
Well, in the first place, your name ain't Lum. It's just short for Columbus.
Abner, you promised me on your word of honor you'd never breathe that to a soul what my full name was.
Well, I ain't going to tell it on you. I ain't going to tell it. But I just thinking, though, according to that, why, you're an ancestor to Columbus, too, if them names has got anything to do with it.
That's right, ain't it? Granny, I'm kin to all them great people.
Why, sure.
Wait a minute, though. He's Italian. This other bunch is English.
Man, I never knowed what he was.
It's going to be hard enough for me to learn to talk that English language, much less that Italian do.
Yeah. How does them English talk?
I don't know. I'm going to have to get a book and read up on that stuff. It ought to come pretty easy for me being a full-blooded one.
Yeah. Well, now, little Pearl might be able to learn it to you, Lum. She's studying English at school.
She is? English?
Yeah. I ain't never heard her talk none of it, but she's taking it, I know.
Well, I do know. Well, I might come over there tonight and borrow some books from her.
Why, sure, I'll be glad to let you have them.
Trouble is, though, if it's wrote in English, I won't know how to read it.
Oh, no, well, she'll help you. Be glad to, yeah.
Well, that'll be better than getting over there and not being able to talk to nobody.
Why? But, Lum, you ain't sure enough serious about moving over there, are you?
Yeah, of course I am.
Oh.
I think that's the only thing for me to do, Abner. All my money's over there and my relates and all. Or to be with my own people. Natural, I feel a little out of place over here.
Out of place?
We think different from you folks. That's the reason I've always had trouble getting folks around here to agree on some of these big ideas I've had.
Right.
Different nationalities just don't think alike. Have different altitudes about things.
Yeah, well, maybe so.
I can see a difference already.
You can?
As long as we've been close friends and partners here in the store, I can see we ain't as close as we ought to be. Not as close as we was before I found out who my descendants was. I know that.
Well, I hadn't noticed.
Can't run a store under two different flags. Just won't work.
Flags?
Well, you've got the American way of thinking, and I've got the England way.
Oh.
We'll have arguments and all. See, I just never knowed all these years what I was. Just show you how mixed up I was. I was for the Americans in the Revolutionary War.
The Revolutionary War? Well, that was way back thousands of years ago, Lum.
I know, but just reading about it, I was always for the Americans winning.
Oh, well, I was, too.
You ought to be. But, I ought to have been for the Redcoats.
Oh, who?
The Englands. Yeah.
Oh.
And what would happen right now, if your country here and mine would get in war?
I don't know.
More likely the first thing they'd do would be to shoot me for a spy. Or import me one for being an alien.
Import you for what?
Alien.
Oh, why, they wouldn't run you off just 'cause you was sick. Look at old Turkey Green. He's a half-blood Cherokee Indian, and he's been sick for nearly 2 years, and they ain't run him off.
Well, of course not. This is where the Indians are supposed to live. He ain't no foreigner like I am. Wait a minute, though. Alien don't mean sick. That's what they call foreigners.
Well, I'm always ailing when I'm sick.
Well, Granny, you have me so mixed up here directly, I won't know who I am or where or nothing. That's the trouble with you Americans.
Yeah, well, you thought you was an American, too, till you got that letter last week.
Well, I know better now. You know something? If that Samuel Eddard's hadn't come over to this country, I might have been the king of England right now. You can't tell.
A king?
Yes, sir. King Lum the First or something.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Or King Eddard's the 8th or 9th. That's one reason I want to go over there. I know one reason I'm kin to them King Eddards in some way or other.
Yeah, you might be, but if you get all that money, well, you won't need to be kin to no king, I'll tell you that.
No, that's right. How much did we figure that come to? 30 million pounds of silver?
I don't know. It was a lot. You had odds clean across the page there and all that.
Well, we weighed it up. There's 8 silver dollars made a half a pound, and that was $16 to the pound. I got it figured up here somewhere.
Huh?
Yeah. $480 million.
Yeah, I believe that's what it was. Yeah, that's what it come to. I dog it, that's a lot, I'll say that.
Wait a minute, who's that coming in?
Huh? Oh, Cedric Weehun. Come in, Cedric. Come on.
How are you today, Cedric?
Oh, pretty good, I reckon, Mr. Lum. Mr. Grandpap told me to bring this letter over to you, Mr. Lum. Said he thought it might be something important.
Well,
Oh, thank you, Cedric.
I always look at that thing. That thing's got stamps all over it there. Look at red, white, and blue envelope and everything.
It's airmail special delivery.
What, did an airplane bring that,
Yes,
Cedric?
sir.
Well,
Granny's is from that lawyer outfit that's handling that inheritance for me.
oh, I don't reckon they sent you the money already, do you?
I don't know. Might have sent a check for a few $1 million just till they get it settled, something to sort of carry me over.
I know. Look at old Cedric. He's so excited he don't know where he's foot or horseback right now. Eyes is bugged out like a tromped-on toad frog.
Dear Mr. Eddards, we have just received your letter, and after carefully checking your ancestry, we are more certain than ever that you are a rightful heir to part of the estate of William Jensen, stepfather of Martha Chumwood, who married Samuel Eddards. What'd I tell you?
Yeah, you must have been right.
We are awaiting your instructions to represent your claim for your rightful share of this fortune.
Well,
Inasmuch as we are familiar with the facts in the case, we feel that we are better qualified to represent you than anyone else.
oh, yeah.
Our fee will be 1/3 of your share of the estate. I'll figure that up directly.
Yeah,
But we will require a retainer, whatever that is, of $500 to show your good faith.
Huh?
Oh, they want me to send in $500 to show them good faith.
$500?
Waiting your instructions, we are yours fair too. Grannies, now, where in the world am I going to get $500?
I don't know. That's just what I was sitting here thinking.
Yeah, I'll get it summers. I wouldn't let no such little amount as that stand twixt me and no $480 million. I know that. Grannies, I wished I was over there in England. I'd borrowed from some of my real.
Lum Eddards, the Englishman.
The makers of Postum, the favorite mealtime drink in 3 million American homes, present your favorite radio friends, Lum and Abner. In some countries, dawn is fixed at the exact moment when a man can first distinguish between a black thread and a white one. But for a lot of people, dawn seems to be that time when, after hours of tossing and turning, you finally fall into an exhausted sleep. Well, anytime you have trouble getting to sleep, there must be something wrong. And that something may be coffee. For although many people can drink coffee without being kept awake, many others should never touch it. So if you suspect that coffee may be robbing you of a full night's sleep, why not switch to Postum? For Postum contains no caffeine or any other stimulant that could possibly cause sleeplessness. And I'll wager that once you've tasted Postum's mellow, full-bodied, satisfying flavor, you'll be drinking Postum with all your meals, and late at night, too. So buy Postum from your grocer tomorrow. You can get it in 2 convenient forms. Postum cereal, the drink you make by boiling or percolating, and instant Postum, made instantly in the cup. And when you stop to think that Postum costs less than most other mealtime drinks, less than 1/2 cent a cup, Isn't that an amazingly small price to pay for better rest if coffee's been keeping you awake? Make a note now to order Postum first thing tomorrow. And now, let's see what's going on down in Pine Ridge. Last week, Lum received a letter from a firm of attorneys informing him that they believed him to be an heir of one Samuel Edwards, who left a large estate in England which as yet hadn't been divided. Last Wednesday, he received another letter from them offering to handle the case for him, but demanding a $500 retainer fee in advance. As we look in on the little community today, we find Lum and Abner down at their Jot 'em Down store discussing ways and means of raising the $500. Listen.
Well, I've got to get the $500 some way or other. I ain't going to sit back and let no little amount like that keep me from inheriting my part of that fortune in England.
Well, I'd like to see you get it too, Lum, but I don't think we ought to sell the store here, though.
Well, how else am I going to raise it then?
Well, I thought you was going to sell that place of yours over there.
I have been trying to. Put that advertisement in the paper, but nobody ain't tried to buy it yet.
Well, can't you borrow some money on it?
I don't know where. I was in at the county seat yesterday, and the bank in there said they ain't loaning no money on property right now.
Ain't, huh?
No.
Well, I hate to stand in your way, Lum, but this store's the only way I got of making a living.
Well, we've got the matrimonial bureau, ain't we? We've been doing pretty good with that.
Yeah, but we don't know how long that's going to last. Long as we got the store here, why, we know we can eat.
Well, that matrimonial business is bound to pick up, Abner. June ought to be the best month we've had yet.
June?
Yeah, that's when romance is in the air and all that stuff. June brides and stuff.
Oh.
We can sell the store, and then you can move the matrimonial business over there at your house. All you need is just a place to write letters. And while I'm going to England, you can keep all the money the matrimonial business takes in for yourself.
Well, how about Squire Skimp? He gets a third of it.
Yeah, that's right, ain't it?
Yeah, that's the worst deal we ever made, too, is when we taken him in as a third partner.
I know it.
He ain't did one lick of work, and still he gets a third of all the profits.
But that'll leave you 2/3 of the money. I don't care about myself. For quick as I get over there and they divide up that fortune, I'll have all the money I'll need anyway.
Oh, yeah, sure. It'll be all right for you, yeah.
Tell you what I'll do. If you agree to sell the store so as I can get enough money to pay them lawyers that $500 containers fees and buy my ticket to England, when I come back with that fortune, I'll buy a store twice as big as this one and just give it to you. Make you the biggest mercantile they are in the county. How does that sound?
Well, now, supposing you get over there, though, and find out that you ain't kin to whoever it was that left all that money.
Oh, well, there ain't no chance of that happening. The more I study about it, the positiver I am that I'm it all right. Ever since I got that letter, I can tell I'm a full-blooded Englishman, all right.
Well?
Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of English... No, that won't work.
Huh?
Nothing. I was just trying out something there, but it never... Nothing.
Well, what'd you say then?
I just said fee, fi, fo, fum.
Is that the way them Englands talk?
I don't know. I ain't found out yet how they do talk.
Well, if they talk like that, you better find out before you get over, I'll tell you that. You never will know what they're talking about.
Oh, it oughtn't to be hard for me to learn to talk English, or to come natural for me. Sort of inherit me being a full-blooded one.
Yeah, if you are one.
Well, them lawyers wouldn't have wrote back over here and offered to take the case for 1/3 of what I get out of it if they hadn't have been pretty sure I'm an ancestor to that Samuel Edwards that left all the money.
I thought they was charging you $500.
The $500 is just a container's fee. Just a sort of a guarantee that I'll let them handle it for me. Shows my good faith.
Dogged, I wish we could get folks around here to trade at the store that way. Come down here and pay us an advance just to prove they're going to buy their groceries from us.
Hey, Granny's, wait a minute now. You might have a good idea there. We might start charging one of them containers fees here at the store. No. That is, if we If we wasn't going to sell the store, we could do that.
Well, now, we ain't going to sell it, Lum. I'll tell you that right now. You may as well just get the idea plumb out of your head.
Well, I've got just as much say-so about it as you have, Abner. I've got a half interest in it.
Yeah, and I've got a half interest, too.
That's right, Aunt.
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute. Here comes Squire Skimp. Maybe he's got some ideas where I can raise some money. Might can borrow some from him.
Well, now, you better not go borrowing no money from Squire, Lum. We've had dealings with him before. He's been trying to get an interest in this store for years, and if he ever got a mortgage again it, he'd foreclose on it just as sure as the world.
I ain't going to give him no mortgage on the store. I just said I might can borrow some money from him.
Yeah, well, now, you take my advice and stay just as far away from Squire Skimp as you can. I know him. I wouldn't get mixed up in no more business dealings with him for no amount of money.
Wait a minute, Abner. Mind out what you're saying.
Old skin flint.
Wait a minute. Come in, Squire.
Well, good afternoon. How are my old friends today?
Oh, Talbot well, I reckon. Come on back. Proud to see you. Here, take this chair.
Oh, yes, thank you, Lum, thank you. How are you today, Abner?
Oh, all right, I reckon.
Granny Squire, you're just the man I want to see. I got a business proposition for you.
Well, good, Lum. I'm always open to anything that sounds good, you know that.
Yeah, well, I've got a deal where you can double your money.
Well,
I got a letter the other day from some lawyers in New York saying that on account of my name being Edwards, that they thought I must be kin to a feller over in England named Samuel Edwards that left a lot of money.
Yes, Grandpappy Spears was telling me about that, Lum, and I want to offer you my congratulations, too.
Well, thank you, Squire.
Glad to hear it.
Well, of course, I ain't got the money yet, but all I got to do is prove that I'm a relator hidden, and that oughtn't to be no trouble for... Granny's Edwards has always been an English name. There's been the King Edwardses and all them.
Yes, I know, Lum, yes. It's a name that's well known in that country.
Well,
yes.
I'll prove it to 'em, Granny's, if I have to take it to the Supreme Court.
Well, I hope so, Lum. I hope you do, yes.
Well, the whole thing that's standing in the way right now is that I've got to raise a little money before I get my part of the fortune. Going to need about $1,000 altogether, I think. Of course, when I get all this
well,
money...
now, just a minute now, Lum. I'm not in the loaning business. Is that what you're leading up to there?
Wait a minute, Squire. Here comes Cedric Weehunt. Don't say nothing in front of him. He'll have it all over town.
Well, come in, Cedric.
Yeah, let's go on back to the feed room, Squire, where we can talk private.
Yes, I will, Lum. I think maybe now that I might have a suggestion, Lum, where we might be able to...
Mr. Lum, I wanted to see you if you had time.
Well, not right now, Cedric. I'm busy with Squire. I'll see you after a while.
Yeah, come on, Cedric. Sit down. He'll be done in a few minutes there, I hope. Him and Squire's talking business of some kind.
Yes, Mom.
I just hope he don't get mixed up with no dealings with that Squire. I'm getting to where I hate and despise that feller. Wouldn't trust him as far as I can tote a piano.
Well, Mr. Lum was going to English. That's what I wanted to come over to see him about. If he's going to get all that money, he might need somebody to carry suitcases for him, such as that, and valises and handbags.
Yeah. Well, now, I wouldn't count too much about that, Cedric. He ain't for sure yet that he's a feller they're looking for. He's got to prove it, you know.
Prove it to who?
Well, I don't know, but he said a while ago that he's going to do it. He had to take it to the Supreme Court.
Yes, Mom. What's that?
Supreme Court? Don't you know what that is?
No, reckon not.
For the land sakes. Why, it's, you know what a justice of the peace court is, don't you, Cedric?
Yes, Mom, like Mr. Lum.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing, or that is, well, now, like when you get sent to the penitentiary and you don't want to go, why, well, you carry it to the Supreme Court.
Carry what?
Carry the, well, I don't know, but I know they always say that they're going to carry something to them. Just carry it in there to them, I reckon.
Yes, Mom.
See, there's a whole bunch of them justices there. Them, justice of the pieces, I reckon there.
Pieces of what?
Well, like Lum, he's a justice of the peace, and then there's one of them, he's a chief justice.
Oh, they're Indians, huh?
No.
Well, who's the chief?
Well, he's
Is he an Indian?
No, I don't. Well, he might be. I wouldn't say for sure. I know I've heard them call him that he's a Chief Justice of the Peace. But as far as I know, they all might be Indians. I ain't never saw them, but...
Expect they are, maybe.
Yeah, that might be right. I never had thought about that. But I know when they can't decide something in a regular courtroom, why, then they carry it to them, you know.
Always have their picture took with their graduation outfit on. I know all the pictures I ever saw, they had them things on.
Yeah, them little square hats, yeah. I've saw them, too. Wait a minute. Here they come, Lum and Squire.
Oh.
And that Squire must have let him have the money. I can always tell when Squire's put over a good deal the way he licks his chops. Look at him. Puts me in mind of a hound dog that's just at a pork chop.
I just don't know how to thank you. Abner, shake hands with your partner. Not me. Shake hands with Squire.
Oh, huh?
Squire's your new partner.
Partner?
Yes, sir. I just sold him my half interest in the Jot 'em Down store.
Yes, Abner, I just want to tell you how glad I am to be associated with you.
Oh.
Well, so Squire Skimp has finally finagled his way into the Jot 'em Down store. Next Monday evening, same time and station, Postum will again present Lum and Abner. Meantime, happy weekend. Lou Crosby speaking. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.